Good morning. I'm sure everybody who's watching this is out drinking their coffee at this moment. Moselle and I are here today to talk about something that we're really excited about and something that we have discovered. And a lot of you may not know who I am. My name is Becky Smith. I live in Green Bay, a couple hours north of Moselle here, but we've actually known each other for what did we say, like 12 or 13 years. We both work in medical laboratory science in the world of kind of like biochemistry. So we're really passionate about kind of how the body works. And we see a lot of people come into the clinics with metabolic syndrome and all of the issues that we see with aging. So I just wanted to share my story a little bit on what I've discovered. And I've had this conversation with Moselle as well. And we discovered that we had a lot of similar health issues that we were struggling with. So she invited me on today to talk to you guys about what it is that we have discovered. So I'm going to tell my story here really quick. Like I said, I'm Becky Smith from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I work in the world of medical laboratory science and biochemistry. I teach in that realm as well. But what I found was after having three kids, um, I have kind of they've trickled in over the years, three autoimmune situations that I deal with. I've got Hashimoto's, which is autoimmune thyroid disorder. I've got discoid lupus, which affects my skin, red and rashy skin, and seronegative rheumatoid arthritis. And through all of this, I've had massive weight loss struggles. I've had hair that has fallen out that I lost about 50% of my hair, had a big bald spot on the front of my head. And all of this kind of led me down a path of trying to figure out, okay, I'm in my 40s. How am I going to get this health and vitality back when Western medicine was making me feel so much sicker? So I ended up in my integrative medicine provider's office because I was sick of just taking more and more medication, and they were increasing my doses of thyroid medication and all of this. And it was just making me feel worse, and I couldn't lose weight and my hair wasn't growing. So I was in my doctor's office and I was complaining about all of the above, right? And she asked me if I was using a collagen. And I said, I've got that blue tub from Costco, that big blue one. You've probably seen it if you've, it's usually by the checkout. They've got all their health and wellness stuff sitting there. And I was not using this collagen like I should be. I read that it was going to do good things for my hair and skin. And I had to like mix it with my coffee or mix it with a smoothie. I'm not a smoothie person. I don't mix things in my coffee. She's like, well, are you using a collagen? I said, no, not really. She goes, okay, I want you to try this Glow Liquid Collagen. It's a liquid. You just take a shot of it once a day, and it will solve your red rashy skin issues. It's going to help your hair grow back. It's going to help with your gut health. All of these things. It's super easy. Just keep it by your toothbrush. Take a shot of it every day, and you'll see a big difference. So I was like, okay. I trust this woman with my entire life. So she actually had it in her office, and I took it home. So what I found over the next 2 months is my hair started growing back. So I had a bald spot right here that started filling in. I'm going to share a picture in the comments down below when this is done, so you can come back and take a peek at that. Um, it was a big difference, and even with my joint health as well. So 2 months after that, my friend Carissa reaches out to me and she goes, Becky, I've partnered with a company in the health and wellness space. I think you should take a look at it. And I said, no, I'm too busy. I've got three kids and a million sports. I've got three jobs. I teach. Like, I do not have any time for anything. She goes, well, I'm going to send it to you anyways. And she did. And I looked at it and I about peed my pants and fell off my chair when I saw it was the exact same company that my doctor had recommended to me that I use this to help with my hair growth. So then I knew, I'm like, okay, I've got a lot of people that I could share this with because I know so many women my age are struggling with the same thing: weight loss, hair growth, joint pain, energy and vitality. I'm like, holy buckets, this is going to be an amazing adventure for me. Even though I didn't have any time, it was something that I knew would help people, so I was going to make the time for it. So Mozilla and I decided to run through what it is that we are excited about here and the difference that it has made in our lives. So I'm going to start with the that collagen that my doctor recommended. Normally I keep it by my toothbrush, but I went and got it. So this is the Trinot Glow liquid collagen. This is a type 1 bovine collagen, which is the most similar to the collagen we have in our bodies. After your 20s, your collagen kind of takes a dive bomb and things start sagging. Okay. As you get older, hormonal shifts cause hair loss. Like, there's a lot of things that happen. And I'm going to cover some of the ingredients that are in here and what they do. So This has 11 grams of those collagen peptides, which is like 4 more grams than what you would normally find in a collagen, like 4 times more. Sorry. It has a lot. It's got 10 grams of protein in it with only 40 calories too. So people are always like, does it have any carbs? Does it have any sugar? No, it doesn't. It's 40 calories, 10 grams of protein. It's like a half a chicken breast in a serving. And I'll show you what a serving is. Okay. This is a serving of the collagen. It is the most similar in structure to our collagen that we have. It has 4,500 micrograms of biotin, which is like 10 times more than you're going to see in any other collagens. That is what made my hair grow back. Again, I'm going to show a picture down below. This also has hyaluronic acid in it. This is like WD-40 for your joints. So in your joints, you get older and you have more bone on bone osteoarthritis, those types of things. In that joint fluid, it's consistent of hyaluronic acid. As you get older, you lose some of that, more bone on bone, creaking, cracking, getting up to go to the bathroom at night. My ankles were cracking, my back is cracking. Adding that hydration back is like the WD-40 that I mentioned. You get more fluidity in those joints and you just move better and you don't have the creaking and cracking anymore. It is incredible. And it's probably one of the first things that I see people mention when they start using this. So this is all you take once a day. It is super easy. I've been using this for 2.5 years. Like I said, I really can't wait for you guys to see the pictures down below. So those of you just joining us, this is not whiskey. This is collagen, but I'm going to drink it because I poured it and I don't want to try and get it back in here. So yes, I usually keep this by my toothbrush. Doesn't need to be refrigerated. My collagen is done for the day. Isn't that crazy? Oh, it's good stuff. Okay. One thing that I want to mention too, as somebody who has 3 autoimmune issues, everything we have is CGMP certified and third party tested for heavy metals, leads, molds, and toxins. That is huge for me. I'm very, very particular in what I put in my body because I'm so sensitive. I finally found something that I can take everything. All right, the next one is what I'm drinking here. This is my Mojo. This is an energizing nootropic focus blend coffee. I used to drink a pot of coffee a day. I don't know if you're a big coffee drinker, Moselle, but I was drinking a pot of coffee. I'd start drinking it in the morning. I would drink it on my way to work and I would continue to drink it at work.
Oh yeah, I have a coffee station in my office at my
Okay.
desk.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so there we go. Now, if you would have told me 2 years ago that I would be drinking 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day instead of a pot of coffee, I would have said that you're crazy. So here's the difference between Mojo and regular coffee. Number one, regular coffee beans are full of mold. Go ahead and Google what mold toxins do to you in coffee. Okay, there's tons of mold and like how it's grown, it's just piles of mold. Unless you're seeking out a mold-free coffee, there's going to be mold toxins in your coffee. I'm very sensitive to mold. I have to be very careful. So that's number one. Number two is this increases your focus and energy. It's got some green coffee bean and tea leaf, and it gives you like a steady, longer lasting energy without any jitters. Okay. It has L-theanine for focus. So it helps you focus at work. So not only are you going to have more energy, you're going to get more done during the day. So that is huge. You're going to have a higher focus level. The next thing is it increases GABA. It has something called PEA. Now it's not green peas that you eat, it's PEA. Increases GABA in your brain, pushes out dopamine and serotonin, and that is your happy and lovey-dovey hormone. So not only do you have some more energy, you've got more focus, you're in a really good mood. You're like happy to be at work. Okay. That is one thing that I noticed right away. Like, wow, am I in a good mood? I'm going to get this whole entire kitchen cleaned. It's going to be amazing. Like, it just puts you in that sort of a dimension. The next thing it does is it boosts your metabolism and it helps kill cravings and crashes. We have Brazilian coffee, which is what I use because I'm kind of an intermittent faster. I don't eat until like 10 or 11. And this, I don't even think about eating till 10 or 11. Like, it's brainless. I just have a cup or two of this and I'm like, I'm good to go until then. And I've got massive mental clarity, so much energy, and the happy hormone release. So that is our nootropic energizing focus blend. And everybody I know that starts drinking it, we can't go without it. I think we ran out like a year and a half ago. The company like sold out. There was like a shipping delay or something. People like we lost our minds. Seriously, that's how much I love. And it says Mojo on the side of my cup because I love it so much. So that's our Mojo. Again, if you don't like coffee, we've got rich chocolate. All right, little birdie told me we may be getting some more flavors coming, some seasonal flavors coming in the next month or so. All right, this next one is absolutely mind blowing. If anybody's got diarrhea, constipation, gas, bloating, which is like 90% of the population, you struggle, right? You eat, sometimes you don't even want to eat because you know it's going to make you feel awful. I remember when I was in my 20s, I could eat like a whole pizza and a pitcher of beer and feel just fine. If I did that now, I'd be on the couch for like a day and a half. So I'm going to do a demonstration and I'm going to tell you what's in this digestive enzyme while you watch what's happening. Okay. So here we go. I've got this snack pack pudding. It's like garbage, dead food. We can all agree this is a processed dead food. I'm going to show you what happens when we add a live enzyme and probiotic to this. So here we go. I'm going to set that down because I always make a mess. You can see this is a thick pudding, right? Super thick. It's like you go to Dairy Queen and they do this with your Blizzard. I'm going to add one of these enriched digestive enzymes to this and explain what is going on after I do that. So here we go. Normally you would just swallow this. Although my niece Autumn, she's like 13, and her mom just puts this on her cereal when she gets a bellyache. It is all plant-based and safe. Okay. So I'm going to mix this in here. There's 11 strains of digestive enzymes, and it breaks down foods like carbohydrates, proteins, fats. People that don't have a gallbladder, this is a godsend because it pre-digests your food so it doesn't leave you running to the bathroom after you eat. I have so many customers that are don't have a gallbladder that just have this on auto ship. That's how much they love it. It breaks down plant material. I know people that can't eat salads because it turns them into a salad shooter. This has been a godsend for them as well. Breaks down beans. If you like to eat beans but don't want to be gassy, it's like Beano. It breaks that down. Has lactase to break up dairy. So my daughter is not totally lactose intolerant, but like pizza and ice cream bother her. So this has been huge for her as well. So those are the enzymes that are in here. It also has 4 strains of probiotics. Now, probiotics, the type that you take, will help keep you lean and healthy and keep your food digesting as it should be and help you absorb your nutrients. Now, if you go online and you search probiotics, you're going to be overwhelmed. There's so many out there. We have the 4 in here that are going to make you feel absolutely incredible. And then we've got the prebiotics, which is essentially what I call, if the probiotics are the fish, the prebiotics are the fish food that keep them alive and healthy. Because if you eat a dead food and you've got a good probiotic, you're going to kill that probiotic. But if you keep feeding that probiotic and keeping it alive, it's going to flourish in your gut. So you can see after like less than a minute, it completely liquefied this pudding. And I think the biggest question I get is, hey, Becky, is this what's going to come out the other end? And the answer is absolutely not. This is going to smoothly enter your intestines so you can absorb the nutrients and get that digestive process working without any gas or any bloat. Now, I know Moselle and I had a discussion this morning, and her GI mentioned that she should be taking a certain digestive enzyme. She went and bought one and found, I'll let you tell her what you found real quick.
Yeah, they recommended one that I could just get at Walgreens and told me the name of it, and I found it after struggling to find it. Um, and I tried it, and it just really did nothing for me. So I haven't been taking it for a long time and just kind of dealing with it, and my body hates pretty much everything I put in it. Um, so I started using this with my bundle that I ordered, and it actually really helps. So I can eat my vegetables and whatever else, and I don't feel like garbage after.
Yeah, it's incredible. It makes you, the best analogy I've heard is you don't feel like a busted can of biscuits after you eat. Like it really makes you feel great, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, huge impact with that one for sure. All right. One of the things that most of us struggle with is weight loss. And I have lost a ton of weight in the last year. And this, I think, is what one of the things that prompted Moselle to ask me some questions about this. And I'm going to share my before and after down in the comments. I swear to God, the before picture I would never share with a soul, a single soul. I was ridden with Hashimoto's, autoimmune issues, inflammation. The busted can of biscuits was real because you can see I'm busting out over my clothes. I felt horrible. And it's taken some years of trial and error and then finally kicking in with this system I'm going to show you with eating a high protein diet and enough water that really all of a sudden all of the inflammation and bloat went away, and it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. So that's why I'm out here screaming this to the world, because so many people are feeling that way and want that to change. So We have developed a system that completely works against metabolic syndrome. And a lot of people are like, metabolic syndrome, what are you talking about? I just want to lose weight. Well, if you have metabolic syndrome, you're not going to be able to lose weight. Here's what metabolic syndrome is. And a lot of people are, if they're not totally in this category, you're moving towards this category. So it's having a fasting blood sugar greater than 110, having a blood pressure greater than 135 over 85, having a waist circumference as a female greater than 35 inches around your belly button, greater than 40 as a male, having a fasting triglyceride greater than 150, and then having an HDL less than 50. Okay. So if you have 2 out of 5 of those, you have metabolic syndrome. And most likely your insulin levels are super high. You've heard the term insulin resistance, but you're like, what? Isn't insulin for diabetics? No. My insulin level, when my doctor tested it, when I was at the picture that you see below, was 26. Ideally, I try to keep my fasting insulin less than 10. Now you're like, well, I've never had that tested. If you ask your doctor to test it, they probably won't, unless you're seeing an integrative medicine provider. When your insulin levels are high, it's usually from eating a lot of carbs and processed foods over time. And by a lot, I mean any at all is really going to help get you in this classification of having this high insulin. You're having difficulty losing weight. You don't have energy. You've got brain fog. You've got loss of vitality. You give anything back to have the energy that you had in your 20s. No matter what diet you throw at yourself, you just fail because you feel so awful, right? So what we've developed is something that completely abolishes metabolic syndrome and gets your body in a point where it will let the weight go. So I'm living proof of this. And I'm so excited about what this has. As a biochemist by trade, I'm going to explain exactly how these things work. So we've got 2 pieces to this system. The first one is Transform, that was released in October of 2023, so a couple years ago, exactly 2 years ago. And this is an enzyme that converts sugar to fiber. So through the process of digestion, you break down your carbohydrates into simple sugars. Those simple sugars are then floating around, absorbed into your bloodstream. Any excess, it gets stuck to your belly, your thighs, your butt, right? It's really easy to store that extra fat. What this does is it takes those glucose molecules, okay, it's a glucose converting enzyme, it links them together into an alpha glucan fiber that can't be absorbed through your intestines. Now, we're not talking about throwing boatloads and boatloads of fiber at your system, but we're talking here is getting about 50 to 90% less sugar into your bloodstream and having less of that inflammation, less of the cravings and crashes. I think that's the worst part of eating something with sugar, or even diet sodas will do this to you. You get this like peak. And if it's diet soda, your body's waiting for the sugar, which is almost worse. And then if you have sugar, it peaks and then it crashes. And then you're reaching for salty and sweet and all of the snacks and all of the things. What I found when I started using this, and I used a continuous glucose monitor, I'll put those results down below, is my blood sugars were very steady like this. They weren't going up and crashing. So I was a skeptic. I'm like, there's no freaking way this is going to work. So I went to that doctor. I said, can I get a continuous glucose monitor? Because I want to see what happens with this. And I was just shocked at how it stabilized my blood sugar instead of having those peaks and crashes. Second piece of this, oh, and it's got a metabolism booster in here too. No caffeine. The second piece of this, we call our GLP-1 drink, and I hate that because that's not all it does. A lot of people are on GLP-1s. They're taking the injections. But here's the issue. It's not that they don't work. They work very well. I have a lot of friends on them. I've used them. I have family on them, right? They're cost prohibitive to a lot of people. We don't know the long-term effects of them. And a lot of people just don't want to inject themselves with something artificial, right? So this is 100% plant-based. What they've discovered is there are certain plant extracts that will kind of naturally boost your body's own GLP-1 because this is something your body actually makes after the process of eating. But if you can increase that a little bit, you're going to eat less food, you're going to get full faster, and it's going to turn off some of that food noise where you're constantly wondering what you're going to eat next, right? So that's super helpful. That is one thing that this does. The second thing that it has is AMPK activation, adenosine monophosphate kinase. And what this does is it increases the amount of visceral fat burn. It pushes your body to preferentially burn fat for energy instead of just constantly being in this glucose state of burning. Okay. The visceral fat's what's around your organs. That's dangerous. Okay. So we want to decrease that waist circumference. AMPK activation is going to do that. If you think I'm crazy, go to Google Scholar and do a peer-reviewed research on AMPK activation and obesity. It's going to blow your mind. So we've got that in here. Lastly, what this is going to do is it's got L-arginine, and this is going to increase nitrous oxide in your blood. So it gives you like just kind of this feel good feeling. Again, no caffeine. It's going to dilate your blood vessels and lower your blood pressure. This is going to help with stress response. It's going to help keep your blood pressure normal. If you already have normal blood pressure, it's not going to drop it to a low level. Okay, your body has ways to definitely keep that in line. But now we've covered every piece of metabolic syndrome to make weight loss possible. Does that make sense? So this is so delicious. Moselle, do you know how many calories are in a cup of this?
I don't.
Take a guess. I love this. I love this part.
Maybe 25.
10. It's only got
Oh,
10 calories per glass. Yeah. And it's delicious. I add our powdered glow collagen to this because it makes it taste like a fruit snack. So I don't know if you've tried that yet, but mixing those together, it is the most delicious combination. But putting this together definitely gets us to a point where we're able to lose weight. Second, we're releasing a new product in 2 weeks called NAD, niacinamide adenine dinucleotide. I was in Vegas for the launch last week. There's people paying $300 to $500 for an IV drip of NAD. Very expensive. This added to the daily health system is so incredibly affordable and will double the results of your daily health system because it's the cellular energy. If you remember biology class, NAD is what was required to get a molecule of ATP. Getting that cellular energy back that you start losing after your 20s that causes aging and all of these things will help get your metabolism back. And one of the big things I've noticed since using NAD is I have a hard time keeping weight on. I've lost a lot of weight now and I want to stay where I'm at and I keep losing and it's making it more difficult for me to keep the weight on. So that is something that is absolutely amazing with this. All right, so those are the products that we talked about. There's 37 of them. We would be here all day long if I was trying to describe every single one, right? So if any of this interests you, you've got a couple options. One, you can get Moselle's link from her and you can order what it is that you're interested in. Otherwise, what I recommend to get wholesale pricing and a bundle that's discounted is to look at joining and getting that a bundle. There's no amount that you have to buy, that you have to sell. There's none of that. We have just created a system where people can order what they want, they can get a discount, and they can share it with their friends and family if they so choose. So there's that option. The other piece of having that option is I have a free vehicle in my garage that I don't pay for. The very first rank of Jade, which Moselle is this close to, and she's only been doing this for a couple weeks, gets her a free car. Okay. So it is the most amazing. It's a Jeep. It has to be a Jeep program. So I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee. That has been an absolute blessing to my life as well. So not only am I able to utilize the things that have helped me feel amazing, now I have a vehicle in my car or in my garage that I really don't pay for. So secondly, we've just added Turn Not Travel as well. If you love to travel, you can get travel discounts, get a free vacation after a year. And that is all a tax write-off as well. So definitely something to take a peek at that Moselle and I can discuss with you too. All right, is there anything that I've missed?
I don't think so. I think you covered it all.
All right. Well, I'm going to go and add down. So make sure if you finished watching this, go down to the comments so you can see my before and afters, that you can see why I'm so incredibly passionate about this, because I think there's so many people that we can help get the energy and vitality and weight loss that they've been looking for. So much to be had here with that. So, all right. Well, I hope everybody has a great Saturday. I hope your Costco haul is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Have a good day, guys.